and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Coffee and Sports, the morning show. I'm your host, Carmike. I'm here with Mo. How was your weekend, Mo?
Great sports weekend. Dodgers go back to back.
And I'm here with the host of the Sports Report, man. Will, how you doing, man? How was your weekend?
Decent. Florida State finally got off the schneid, got a win. Bulls got their first loss. Like I knew that was gonna happen. Um, so it was a decent weekend. Can't complain.
And
Jade
last but
won.
not least, the NFL genius himself, man. How was your weekend, big dog?
So first of all, it was an incredible Game 7 in baseball. But for the Eagles to have a bye week, I don't think anything could have happened better for us this weekend. The Lions lost, the Packers lost. It just the distance in between us, every other person team in the NFC East lost. It was a very good weekend to be an Eagles fan. We're back at number 1 on the overall rankings. Now, these power rankings don't have the Eagles in the top 10 are hilarious to me. But I'm fired up. I feel good.
AJ Brown tweets?
None this weekend.
Will, what you got for us this morning, big dog?
All right. Want to go over Saturday night's main event, get some thoughts and opinions out there from the crew. First off, I'm gonna start with my girl Jade getting the heel turn. Finally getting the women's world title off Tiffany Stratton. I thought that if she lost this match, you just kill whatever energy she had coming in with the 4th straight loss. But they went ahead and put the strap on her. Mo, I'm gonna start with you. You think this is a good thing that they went ahead and finally made the move on Jade?
I think they realized what she is. Like, I think they thought that when they took her from AEW, they can make her something different. I've been saying for the longest she needs to be a heel.
Yep.
She's a power performer with limited wrestling skills. But as a heel, you don't have to have great wrestling skills if you're a power performer. You just need to be dominant, vicious, and display that power. I think she's great as a heel. As a heel, she becomes a dominant performer. I'm looking at her and her skill set and what she does in her personality. To me, Will, if you think about it, she's a female Scott Steiner, right? When he was Big Papa Pump in his prime and, all hulked up and was just primarily just a power wrestler, that's what she is. I think she can be dominant this way, and it makes for a better storyline having her as a heel. She was never very good as a face.
Gene, what you thinking, bro?
She was terrible as a face.
Yeah.
Mo's a really nice guy. He does it the very nice way that I would not have done it that way. He said that she wasn't very good. She was terrible. Let's be very honest about that. I love Jade, and I've been waiting for Jade Cargill to arrive. And I called that before that match started. I said, this needs to be a squash match. Let's not make this weird. Let's not do anything silly here. Let's absolutely have her dominate. No shenanigans. Just dominate the match. You need to make her into the supervillain. And she's going to be the supervillain. She's going to be great at it. And, the in-ring mistakes and mishaps, they don't happen as often when you're a heel. They just don't. She feels a lot more comfortable playing that role, which is awesome to watch. I think it was the right move. I'm looking forward to it. You have so many different opportunities that you can go with here. I think Jordan Brooks, or what's her name?
Jordan Grace,
sorry, is a perfect first opponent for her. I think this all leads up to Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, super heel versus super face.
I do too. And if after Naomi's pregnancy, she decides to come back, you may see that be revisited as well. Other match I want to talk about, CM Punk finally gets the World Heavyweight title last night. Mo, what's your thoughts on CM Punk finally getting the title?
Look, Punk has been dangled in front of him for so many times. And with Seth being out, so much has changed. I think they had to put it on him. The only real question is how long a run is he going to have? But I knew what I knew for sure is they weren't going to give it. They weren't going to give it to Jay. They're not going to give it to Jay. And I don't think Jay has had that complete heel turn yet. I don't even think they've decided what they want to do with Jay. I don't think they know what to do with him now. But I do know that at some point I would rather Jey Uso a heel than a face. He's gotten to the point for me that he's become annoying as a face.
Gene, what you thinking?
I think he put out an Instagram post.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
And honestly, he goes, I think that this is just leading into what his heel turn is going to be, what that is going to end up being. And honestly, if you ever want to put the strap back on Jay, it has to be as a heel. It cannot be as a face. The world got very tired of it. It's just Muse. I'm sorry. It had its run. You got to bring more substance. And in the ring, Jay isn't that good. Like every time I watch Jay in the ring, it's super kick, spear, dive through the ropes. Sometimes he hits split, sometimes he doesn't. Uso splash, and then the match is over. Oh, and the spit on your hand. It's like the 5 moves of doom. It's the same thing. But the difference is John Cena could talk on the mic. This dude is very tough at cutting a promo. So, I mean, it makes sense. You got to be thinking about what they're going to do for WrestleMania. And that's where I think everything plays out. I'm minorly disappointed they didn't put the belt on Drew McIntyre.
Mm.
I think Drew needs a title run. And I think that's, the direction they should head. But we'll see.
I'm not the biggest Drew guy, but I get it.
Not either.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Drew guy.
I love Drew. I think Drew is the savior of the company right now.
He got the look.
Yeah,
I feel like he got the look, but he's more like a Virgil.
Yeah.
He's like a Virgil. He's never going to be the guy.
Right.
I think he's hilarious as a heel. I think he's great cutting promos. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Maybe he's getting better as a hand. And you've seen guys go in the Hall of Fame just off being a good hand. Example, Coco Beware. Mo, I got to come back to you real quick about your boy Dominic Mysterio. That's your guy.
He is.
That's your guy. What did you think about his performance on Saturday?
He's the most entertaining guy in the company. Man.
He is.
Because he's fun. He's fun and entertaining at the same time. I love Dom. Dom is the guy that people love to hate. But he just finds different ways to win, innovative ways to win. Dom wins with his mind more than anything else. And I like that they keep pursuing that storyline about how clever he is. And he actually got a lot better in the ring as well. So yeah, I love Dom. The funny thing I was thinking is that everybody's talking about the Jey Uso heel turn. Does he have to go for a major belt as a heel? Maybe Jey Uso goes after Dom's belt. I'd watch that match.
Gene, what you thinking about Dom?
You talking about face Dom versus heel Jay? That'll be funny.
Yeah. That'll work.
It would. I think
that would work. What you think about Dom, Gene?
I think Dom's hilarious. I'm shocked that the Americanos didn't get involved in the match. I thought that would be, one of the things that the staples to what they end up doing with him. But I mean, it's hilarious. He's got the whole Eddie Guerrero type mentality of like, I love when he tossed Rusev the chair, and he's like, oh, he's gonna hit me with the chair, and the ref goes, it's not disqualification. He can hit you with the chair. Like, him ringing the bell with the hammer, like I don't know. It was very funny.
Last thing I wanted to touch on, Cody Rhodes. Gene, are we a step away from seeing his heel turn?
100%. You need it too. When faces have long title runs, they get boring. And Cody Rhodes was the ultimate face that overcome the adversity, gave you your WrestleMania moment, and then you need to turn them. That's how it works. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have long-term face champions. It's not fun. You're not chasing anything. Yeah, the Homelander turn is coming.
Yeah, I think so too.
I can see it. You can see it. Mo can see it. Yeah. The Homelander turn is coming. And I think that everybody keeps talking about Randy Orton turning on Cody Rhodes. I think what's more, I guess, sellable and believable is the Cody Rhodes Homelander turn and Randy Orton as the face.
Randy finishing up as a face. Real quick, Mo, we keep talking about faces turning to heels. I want to ask you, what heels do we have right now needs to make the switch over to face?
A heel to face?
Yeah. I don't see nobody.
I don't. I really don't. You know what it is?
Oh, Gene got one.
I'll go. Yeah, go ahead. Do you?
This is going to be me being me too much, right? The fact that they all jumped Seth Rollins, when he comes back, we could turn him back face.
Oh man, that'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, Carmike, that's all I got, brother.
NFL GENEius. Let's talk about it, man. World Series.
Listen, that World Series that Game 7 was incredible. And as if you're first of all, if you're a Blue Jays fan, I am so sorry. I feel bad. I feel like people lost family members. Like that's how bad that World Series was for them. There was a picture that was going around on the internet that was 4 moments. If any of these 4 moments don't happen, the Blue Jays win the World Series. And it was the home run by Rojas in the 9 spot to tie the game in the top of the 9th inning. It was the home plate where Will Smith's foot fell off the base and then he got his toe back down right before the slide came in. It was the Andy Pages catch where he absolutely truck stick Kiki Hernandez in left field. That was incredible. Where did he come from? I didn't even when the ball was hit, I only seen Hernandez, and all you see is Andy Pages coming from like right field. I know he's in center, but like he's coming from miles away, and he goes, "I'm not letting you mess this up," because it was over his shoulder. That ball was landing, 100% landing, and Pages said, "Nope, nope, 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 nope." And then Will Smith with the big home run in the top of the 11th inning to really give the Dodgers the lead once and for all. And Yamamoto, man, you want to talk about a guy pitched Game 6, comes back a day later and gives you 2 2/3 more, 34 more pitches of one hit ball. Man, has there ever been a more deserving? That shades of Madison Bumgarner when Madison Bumgarner went 2-0 and pitched 5 innings in relief in Game 7 and had a .94 ERA. These two guys this is next level pitching baseball, and it was incredible to watch. One of the best Game 7s in any sport I've ever seen. The Blue Jays took that early lead. You got Bo Bichette putting his best Kirk Gibson impression, hitting a 3-run homer. The guy can't even run around the bases. He's just trotting. Hitting that 3-run homer. I mean, how much fun was Game 7? How much fun was Game 7?
I think the whole World Series was great, honestly. I mean, some of the games were slow, but, you had the 18 innings game where they was down to their last pitchers of the game, 2 a.m. game. But that Game 7 was, I thought the Blue Jays was going to pull it off, man. They had it well in hand before, the Dodgers started catching their steam. It started rolling, but overall, it's one of them good series, man, that I have seen in a long time. But what you think about the series?
I'm one of the few, and Gene was talking about it earlier. I'm one of the few people who even though it would look like the face of death, I always thought the Dodgers was going to win this thing, and they did. We got the highest payroll in freaking baseball, for crying out loud. If you can't get it done in the clutch with that roster, you're never going to get it done. Am I happy that they won? No. I was pulling for the Blue Jays, I must admit. Sorry, Erica, I love you, but no, I can't go with your Dodgers on that. But they got it done back to back. It is what it is. Let's see what they do next season.
Man, they're the first team to go back to back since 50 years or something like that.
I don't know. Yankees went back to back.
We'll do it again.
They gonna do it again? Mo, they gonna do it again?
Let's do it again. Come on.
You going for a 3-peat next year? That's what you talking about, Mo? Y'all 3-peat?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's time. You ever had a dominant team? This is the dominant team. And the thing is, the pockets stay deep. They'll add somebody else.
Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, in the bigger picture, what hope does anybody else have other than injury? But if everybody's healthy, they'll do it again.
Oh, that was a long battle for y'all, man. Y'all need some real R&R this off season.
Guess what? You know what? Becoming legends or iconic, it's not supposed to be easy. It's cool. Look what Yamamoto did. That's like legendary stuff. It's the kind of thing that you build a resume on, a legacy on. So good for him.
Yamamoto and Mad Bum, two best pitching performances I've seen in a World Series ever.
So what would you rate this World Series? Cups of coffee, Gene.
The overall World Series was about 3 cups of coffee. Game 7 was 5.5 out of 5. I mean, it's higher than a 10 if you're doing it out of 10. But the overall series, I told you, was boring. The 18-inning game was fun because it was an 18-inning game. Game 7 was great. Every other game was a blowout. 6-1, 6-2, 13-4. Like, there was not many very good games. I guess the end of game 6 was fun, but the Dodgers controlled that game the whole way. And then they got second and third, nobody out. And you're like, oh, shit. And then, ground out, line out, double play, and the game's over. Took 3 pitches from Glasnow. Came in, and the guy swung at the first pitch and hit the ground ball. I don't know what the hell you're thinking. You got second and third, nobody out. You swing at the first pitch. It was a terrible look. But overall series, 3 cups.
Well, rate the World Series.
3.
3?
3 cups of coffee.
I'm biased. I'm gonna go 4. The Dodgers won. It's 4. I could have went 5. I'm sure Blue Jays fans rank it a 1, but it's cool.
Yeah.
See, Damon, we didn't ask you for your opinion, sir. We didn't ask you for that. We didn't ask you for that, sir. Jesus. People getting on me already early in the morning. Dang.
But, Gene, on any given Sunday, first up, we have the Vikings beating the Lions, man. J.J. McCarthy didn't have such a impressive game, but he ended up clutching it up and winning the game for them against a top NFC team, man. How do you feel about this game?
I mean, he was efficient. Look, we could say what we want about J.J. McCarthy. I didn't think he'd have 3 touchdowns versus the Detroit Lions defense in Detroit. So, whatever. I think it was efficient. I think that the part that was surprising was how well the Minnesota Vikings defense just took down Jared Goff. 5 sacks in the football game.
Don't you swear about Brian Flores, man?
Well, listen, Brian Flores is my guy. You know this. I'm loving me some Brian Flores, but I thought that was an incredible scheme. The Lions looked like they were running the ball at an extreme level, and I don't know what Minnesota did to kind of shut that down. And I'll really have to look at the tape again, but they absolutely bottled up that run game. I don't know why. We're very shocked why Jahmyr Gibbs was he playing? Did he get hurt?
Sonic and Knuckles was shut down, man. They were shut down.
Why is David Montgomery getting them more carries than Jahmyr Gibbs? Have we not watched the first 8 games of the season?
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
Well, they also used Jahmyr Gibbs as a wide out too.
3 catches, 3 receptions, 3 catches, 3 yards.
But they wasn't really using them that game.
Correct.
But you forget Brian Flores was trying to take him off the board. So, Mo, how you feel about the Vikings upsetting the Lions?
I mean, that was about the Vikings defense. We can say J.J. McCarthy was efficient, but look, if your quarterback throws for 145 yards, you're not lighting up the scoreboard. You dinking and dunking, and I guess your job really is not to turn the football over. He didn't turn the football over. I don't know what he is. I mean, if you ask me today what he is, he's a game manager. But I don't know that if you put it on his shoulders, he's an overcomer. He's going to be the kind of guy that put it on my shoulders. I'll throw for 340. We'll win the football game. I don't think he's that kind of quarterback, and I don't know if he's ever going to be that kind of quarterback. So it's a surprise because everybody in their mind thought the Lions are going to come in here and they're going to roll. Even though Brian Flores is a great DC, you figured that the Vikings offense wouldn't do enough to keep up with them. So the fact that the Lions got shut down offensively, that was more impressive.
Will, what you think about the game?
Got to give it to the Vikings. They were efficient, both passing and running the football yesterday. Aaron Jones had a good game coming back. That defense was doing its thing too. I get Gene's love from Brian Flores. I get that. They played well. Detroit just didn't come to play yesterday. They got stuffed. They got stuffed on the run game. Couldn't get anything going on the pass game. I'm still not a huge believer in Jared Goff. But JJ McCarthy
Goff
was
hooping,
efficient.
man.
They
He
did
had
their thing.
yards. You know, he was throwing that rock. It was fair. He was pretty much just as efficient as JJ McCarthy. He went 25 for 37, 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Problem was he just couldn't, they couldn't close it out at the end of the game. Jared Goff ain't been bad for them this year. Very solid.
I mean, his stats tell you one story, but if you watch the game, it's a different story, man.
Yeah,
I don't mean to be an asshole. He had a 44 QBR.
Yeah.
At a higher QBR, JJ McCarthy. I took 5 sacks. He held the ball. He for 284 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he had 12 bad incompletions.
It was bad. I mean, he did get sacked, but what can you really do when you're not a mobile quarterback, man? You either throwing the ball away or you getting sacked.
But every route has a check.
Yep.
It does.
Yeah, it does. He's right.
True. But another any given Sunday, and I know Brett's sick. I know he's sick. The Packers fell to the Panthers. Mo, how you feel about this game, man? It was not a game the Panthers should have won, but they pulled it out, man.
And their offense wasn't special. They had Dowdell, and he did his thing, but Jordan Love was horrible in that game. I mean, every time they want to anoint him and say he's one of the best quarterbacks in football, he's so up and down, so Jekyll and Hyde. This is a bad loss for Green Bay. I guess you can say it's a great win for Carolina, but it's a bad loss for Green Bay. This is one of those games that, honestly, I mean, I know we're in the midst of a betting scandal in the NBA. This is one of those games that maybe Jordan Love gets investigated. I'm just saying. A lot of money was riding on that game, and they had to be double-digit favorites. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness!
There were 13.5-point favorites.
That's you know how much money was. Oh my god! I am joking, obviously, but I'm just saying that's a lot of money being chosen.
That's a lot of money, man. You're right. You're right.
Will, how do you feel about this game?
I was one of the people who told y'all to go get Rico Dowdle. I told people that in fantasy, go get him, just stash him. He went off yesterday, so I felt good about that. But this is a bad loss for Green Bay. This is just a bad loss. They should have won this game. Just a terrible loss for them. Jordan Love's so inconsistent. Tucker Kraft went out hurt yesterday. I feel sorry for him. Look like he ACL tear, I think. Just a bad loss for them all the way around. And I hope those guys can rebound.
NFL GENEius weigh in.
I mean, listen, this is a terrible thing if you're an Eagle fan. It's a great thing for the record, but we got to play them on Monday Night Football now at home.
Yep.
I hate that. That's like, the coach all week is going to be like, because this was a trap game for Green Bay. They were looking ahead to the matchup of Philadelphia and Green Bay on Monday Night Football. This was a game they were 13.5-point favorites in, and they got caught with their pants down. And I guarantee you, look, call it what it is. The Green Bay Packers were looking ahead to the Philadelphia Eagles, and now it sets up a situation to where you can't. There's no quiet comfort. You're going to get 100% of the Packers on Monday Night Football now. You want to hear something wild? Do you know that game opened up as a 3-point spread for the Packers? They're 3-point favorites over Philadelphia. I don't mean to get selfish about this, but them losing sucks for me.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to come in extra motivated, but they was going to come in motivated anyway because everybody seems to be wanting to get up against the defending champs this year, man. But that's the price you pay of being a champ.
Biggest game of the season.
NFL GENEius on any given Sunday. What was it? 6 takeaways by the Steelers defense. 3 picks, 3 fumble recoveries. How'd you feel about this loss for the Colts, man? Was this a real battle test, or the Colts just lost some gas in this game?
The highest paid defense finally showed up. Look, I'll say this: I don't have anything against the Indianapolis Colts anymore. Like I've thrown the white talent. Daniel Jones has been incredible. Give credit where credit's due. He had 3 fumbles yesterday. 2 of them were lost. He threw 3 interceptions yesterday. That's the Daniel Jones I've seen for forever. He had a 13 QBR. He had 6 turnover-worthy plays. That's bad. It's not good. But I got to give credit where credit's due. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense absolutely showed up. And TJ Watt looked incredible. Peyton Wilson looked incredible. There's a lot of guys on that Steelers defense that looked really good.
You think that's going to be the blueprint for teams to play the Colts from now on?
I mean, what's the blueprint? They don't do anything special. The Pittsburgh Steelers try to line up their best against your best and try to win matchups. There's no blueprint as far as beating the Indianapolis Colts by playing man-to-man football. Joey Porter Jr. had a very good game, and those corners kept up with the wide receivers of Indianapolis, and they forced turnovers. By the way, I don't mean to be this guy. That field is atrocious, and I'm rooting for Pittsburgh in that game. That field should be criminal to play on. Like, people are slipping and sliding. It looks like the football field I played Turkey Day, like in the neighborhood that doesn't get upkept at all. Like, that, what are we doing in Pittsburgh? That field is atrocious.
Hey man, that's a historic field, man.
I guess you can't get like better grass or like the stuff the Eagles have at a historic field. Like, the Pittsburgh Steelers are worth a ton of money. Upgrade the goddamn grass.
Yeah, but Steelers offense didn't do too well, but they got the job done, man. But I don't think no blueprint is gonna help getting past them Colts, man. That was just a bad game for Daniel Jones, man. He got sacked 5 to the line, let him down a little bit. He was getting a lot of pressure back there, so
he was overdue for that too.
He was overdue.
He was overdue.
I mean, but they lost collectively.
It was a collective loss.
That was the first time this season that offensive line got put on its heels. They haven't been put on their heels all year long. The Steelers put them on their heels and won the battle up front. That hadn't happened to that offensive line all year.
Offensive line got crushed.
And they also couldn't get the best running back in this year going. They shut him down.
They limited him big time.
Dominated the line of scrimmage. Look, all I'm saying is, I'm not going to get into the Steelers defense's back. I think that that's one of those games where it was a perfect storm. Daniel Jones was freakishly bad, and the Steelers manufactured points, but they had 6 turnovers, and you won 27-20. The offense is not. The offense isn't great. Like, the Colts actually could have still won that game. So I don't think there's a blueprint there. They just got their butt kicked at the line of scrimmage.
Mo, can I ask you just a quick question? And tell me, I'm not a Steelers fan. You know this, right? I'm not a Steelers fan. I'm not a Colts fan. I had no dog in that race. Could they have lost that game because they didn't put the right cleats on? Like, I don't mean to be an asshole when I say that.
He's still on the field thing.
The offensive line got destroyed. They've been one of the best offensive lines in football. They got destroyed. The Pittsburgh Steelers play on that field all the time. Could they have just worn the wrong cleats? I'm not trying to be silly.
I mean, all jokes aside, I think G's on to something, because that football field is like a mosh. It's like a mosh pit. It's like a mosh pit, and that could have definitely affected that offensive line. Because I've watched several of their games. I've never seen that offensive line get put on their heels like that for an entire game.
And Mo, I'm gonna stick with you on this one, man. That absolute shootout, man. Joe Flacco, 470 passing yards, man. 4 touchdowns. He did throw 2 picks. Caleb Williams, 280 passing yards, 3 touchdowns as the Bears win 47-42. Talk to me about this game, man.
I don't know, 2 horrible defenses, 2 terrible defenses made a quarterback who's closer to 50 than he is 40 look like he's in his prime. It would take Cincinnati's defense to make Caleb Williams look like a number 1 pick. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, and if you saw how they actually lost the game, just that's what bad teams, bad franchises, that's so bad. somebody had to get fired. Nobody got fired, which is bad organizations don't fire people. Like, that's terrible. That was both an entertaining and ugly, terrible game at the same time. It was terrible.
NFL GENEius weigh in.
So we were watching this game at my house, had a couple people over, and we were laughing at how each team was just trying to lose the football game. Like the onside kick when the Bears player just steps on the football, it didn't even go 10 yards. Just steps, that's a losing play. And then the way Colston Loveland caught a ball and two Bengals defensive players basically knocked each other out. It looked like the miracle of Minneapolis with Stephon Diggs and the two Saints players knocked themselves out.
Well, we got to bring that up.
Oh, I remember that.
The disrespect. Damn.
These teams were trying to lose the football game. It was hilarious to watch. I am not kidding. We were joking, like, do you think Joe Flacco can do it in 17 seconds? Because these teams are just trying to lose the game. And then the post-game presser makes it even better. Chase Brown and Jamar Chase literally just blame the defense. They're like, oh, what do we have to do? He's like, get a stop. Chase Brown goes, finish the effing game. Every time we score, just finish the effing game. The Bengals have to fire their head coach. They're trying to lose football games. Back-to-back weeks, they lost games at home versus the Jets and Bears. You got to fire the coach. It's a problem.
The whole staff need to go.
Dang. Y'all tough, man. You're tough.
That whole staff need to go.
They all. I mean, you don't think fixing the offensive line would do them some justice, man?
Who?
The Bengals.
No.
The quarterback threw for 400 yards. Offensive line wasn't the problem.
You got to get some stops,
stop
man.
Anyone.
You got to get some stops, man.
A quarterback who's probably like one of the few people slower than Peyton Manning. Like, in terms of being an athlete, that guy had a clean game for most of the game. That's not the problem. You giving up 40+ points. That's the problem. And look, let's keep it a buck. I'm not saying what Chase Brown said isn't honest or true, but you don't say that, man. You don't say that. You don't do that.
What did I tell you, man? I told you this was a year where players do not care. They're up on that podium and they letting it fly right out their mouth. They don't care about the consequences, man. We calling you out this year. That's how they say.
You fracture your locker room. You don't do that. I get it. I get that the defense is bad, but you don't do that.
Hey, Tua getting away with it. Tua and Mike McDaniel. They up there calling everybody out on the podium.
The Bengals are 3-6. If they would have won the last two games, there's no reason they should have lost. They'd be 5-4, and you'd be talking about getting Joe Burrow back in 3 weeks.
Just to die again behind that line.
I mean, Joe Flacco's done fine with it the last few weeks.
Joe Burrow is out there he's like Jameis Winston, but he's throwing it. He don't care, bro. That's why he getting picks or he either getting a touchdown. So it's going to go either way for him. 50-50 balls.
Both defensive are trash. This trash.
He's better than that.
He's better than Jameis Winston.
Joe Burrow's not a 50. It's not 50-50. Joe Burrow, to me, when he's healthy, is the best quarterback in football. It's not 50-50.
No, I was talking about Flacco. He's throwing 50-50 balls like Jameis Winston.
I mean, but look, the man's 40-something or whatever. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he's impressive.
By the way, the Bears got cheated in that game too, and they still won the game. But am I the only one that was shocked that they ruled Tremaine Edmonds down after he had that fumble recovery or pick six?
I remember now.
Went to the commercial and they're like, yeah, actually he was down. We're not going to show you any replays of it, but yeah, they ruled him down. Let's just continue with the game. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
I remember that now. Yeah.
I'm like, why? Because there was no one around him. And apparently the officials blew the play dead, thinking he was touched, but he wasn't touched. And then they're like, well, we blew it dead, so he's got to go back here. Like, that felt like so weird. And in the world, listen, I'll go back to Mo's comment about the gambling. And it just feels like there's certain games where refs are told, hey, listen, we got a lot of money on defensive touchdowns here. Don't let that happen.
Will,
Need a
Caleb
Bengals.
Flacco, talk to me.
They both played good games against two terrible defenses. I've never seen two secondaries who forgot how to wrap up and tackle. I've never seen that before. The Loveland play for the go-ahead score for the Bears, he put a shoulder on him. He could have wrapped him up and completely stopped that play from happening.
They hit each other.
They hit each other. It makes no sense. Tell me where it makes sense.
Loveland to the
they're
house.
both terrible. They're both terrible, and it took those two quarterbacks playing those two defenses, particularly for Caleb Williams, to actually look good. So, yeah, the Bengals' whole coaching staff, they gotta go. They gotta go.
Zach Taylor needs to be fired.
Anytime you got T. Higgins, who had the game he had, Chase, who had the game he had, and you still lose, got to go, man. You gotta go.
In other news, the Titans still putting up fights, man. They, almost pulled off an upset, but almost never counts. Will
Horseshoes
the
and
Chargers
hand
pulled it
grenades.
out 27-20, man. How you feel about Cam Ward leading his team, man? And where the Chargers stand right now? Because they seem a little.
Play the clock music, Jerry. Damn.
I think Chargers is wild card right now.
It looks like it.
6-3. They're in the playoff mix. They're ahead.
They're in the playoff hunt at 6-3. Yeah.
Wild card right now, man. But we think that they was gonna be one of the top leaders in the AFC.
I mean, they're one game out. What are we talking about?
And mind you, we thought that before they were ravaged, especially their offensive line, by injuries.
Yep.
Correct.
The fact that they're 6-3 with all those injuries, that's impressive.
That's impressive.
Joe Alco and I yesterday is a loss that they cannot have. And when Joe Alt went down yesterday, I'm telling you, he has a high ankle sprain and he's done for 4 to 6 weeks. And if he's done for 4 to 6 weeks, I'm letting you know right now, the Chargers are going to fall out of the playoff hunt. He is legitimately that guy that helps their run game, that their blind side blocker for Herbert. The Chargers are going to go on a bad run. Just book it.
Yeah, I agree.
Will, Chargers Titans. How you feel about this game?
It's nice to see that the Titans did put up a fight. I'm a big fan of Cam Ward, but at the end of the day, the Chargers ended up being a better team. Good to see Herbert's out there fighting. I know some people got some hate for Herbert on my show, but it's all good. They got the win, but like Gene said, they better enjoy it now because they're in for some bad weather ahead.
Who you take? Cam Ward or who's the other kid name? Oh, Caleb. Sorry.
Who I like better?
Who you like better or
Cam Ward?
Yeah.
Who you like better?
Caleb's
better than Cam Ward.
Caleb's better than Cam Ward.
Caleb's better than Cam?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mo, you feel the same way?
Yes.
Now I don't think that might not be because
But
both guys are young, so that might not be the case at the end of everything. But right now, I like Caleb better.
He's a rookie. It's year one.
Just temperature checking, man, because sometimes y'all ain't feeling Caleb, and another time I'm just temperature checking.
I'm not feeling Caleb to begin with, but here's the thing: the Titans' next hired head coach means so much.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about quarterbacks all the time about how one is better than the other, or how one stinks and the other one's great. But we forget about Sam Darnold, who played incredible last night. We forget about Daniel Jones. We forget about these guys that just went into the right system with the right coaching. And all of a sudden, we forget about Brock Purdy, who was the last pick in the draft. If he goes to the Houston Texans, he still hasn't seen the field today. So it really depends on your situation and what happens before. Listen, Caleb Williams has Ben Johnson, who's a creative offensive play caller. The Titans don't have a coach yet. So right now it's Caleb Williams, but it's to be determined. Because if the best offensive mind in the world goes to Tennessee, Cam Ward has all the tools to be a great quarterback.
All right, 2 more things in the NFL, and then I want to move on real quick to the NBA. Big game. NFL GENEius. Bills, Chiefs. 28-21, man. The battle between Mahomes and Allen, the two kings. Well, there's only really one king in the AFC, but Josh Allen's making a stand, man. He's trying to take the crown.
I gotta hear this. I gotta hear this because my boy 7. Get him, Gene.
Well, look, this is the Bills Super Bowl. This is what it is. The Bills dominated them. Their defensive coordinator absolutely had the best game plan against the Kansas City Chiefs this week. Yep. Rashee Rice caught a couple big balls. Hollywood Brown had one big pass, couple big passes, but for the most part, they dominated. Patrick Mahomes was 15 of 34. Let me just read that to you again. 15 of 34, 0 touchdown passes, 1 interception, and 3 sacks.
They was bringing a lot of pressure, man.
Say it again for the choir. 15 for 34. Say it again for the choir.
He was bad. And this is the problem with Chiefs fans. We won't talk about Mahomes being bad. It's never a problem. Mahomes is bad. It's everything else. It's circumstances. It's receivers. It's routes run. It's coaching. It's referees.
So, wait, Gene, are you really saying his line wasn't letting him down yesterday?
No, it wasn't letting him down. He wasn't picking up protection yesterday, and that's the problem. There's a difference between your line letting you down and you picking up protection. Patrick Mahomes, which everyone always fails to forget, is terrible at picking up blitz protection. He just doesn't see it well. It happened versus Philadelphia in the Super Bowl. It happened versus Buffalo. It happens often. But because he's so elusive and such a great scrambler, we go, oh, wow, Patrick Mahomes made this. He's still the best quarterback in football. But when he has a bad game, we can be able to call it out. It's okay. It's all right to do that. He had a bad game. He was terrible. And mediocre. And for you, Jory, mediocre is not – that is way too nice. You're the first person to call people out. Mediocre is far too nice. He was terrible yesterday.
Mo, Bills Chiefs.
I think Gene summed it up. It's everything to the Bills. It's everything to Josh Allen. But this matchup only matters to me if they should meet in the AFC title game. Can Josh Allen win then? I've seen the Chiefs lose in the regular season, but when the money's on the line, I don't think I'm not putting money against the Bills beating the Chiefs if they meet.
I want them to play in Highmark, though. Let them play in Orchard Park in December or in January. I want that to game me in Buffalo this year.
Yeah.
It wasn't one year Patrick Mahomes had all road games to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, but it wasn't at Buffalo.
But Will, Chiefs Bills.
That was a terrific defensive game plan the Bills had last night. Terrific game plan to stop those guys. It was just Patrick looked bad. They had a couple of highlights with Rashee Rice and Hollywood Brown, but for the most part, they were stifled. So shout out to the Bills and that defensive coordinator's game plan. It was fantastic last night. Fantastic.
Mo, Howie, Jalen picked up Jalen Phillips, Jair Alexander, and Michael Carter. How we feel about these picks going to the Eagles, man, and how we making moves?
All right, so while the NFL genius celebrates, I'm just gonna say what's been said over the last decade. Howie's the best GM in football by far, and he makes the obvious moves, but then he doesn't mind taking a gamble, even if he's saying like this guy's only gonna be here for this season, but if he helps us win a Super Bowl, worth it. He's the best GM in football. The Eagles are making monstrous moves, getting ready for the playoff run. I both love and hate him as a competitor. He's just a great GM that knows what to do. He's got a great pulse of what his team needs, and he gets it done. He's the best.
Will, how you feel about these picks? Pickups.
I still think Jair's kind of washed, but we'll see what a change of scenery can do in Philly and what they can turn him into in that system. I still think he's kind of washed, but everything else I liked. And it just goes to show you what a good general manager can do for a football team versus what detriment a bad GM i.e. Mickey Loomis, can do for your who won't do or can't do for your football team. So these were so two of those moves were good. The jury's out for me on Jerry Alexander.
Well, Jalen Phillips, we need another pass rusher, so that was a need. But I think Jair is mainly to be the secondary presence for veteran leadership, like how we brought Brandon Graham for the front end and brought Jair for the back end. But
Locker room guy. Okay, that makes sense. That makes
I
sense.
don't think
still
he really
on the
gonna play
Phillies
that much,
washed.
man. He never is healthy like that, man.
Yeah.
He never is. He don't stay healthy.
That's my issue with him.
I think he might be used as a situational player. I think he can still be impactful as a situational player.
He just got fried several games against Baltimore defense.
I said as a situational player.
There's a difference in defensive scheme, though.
It is.
Carmike.
Like I said, we'll see. But I didn't say he was going to be bad. I said if he's going to survive it, he's never healthy an entire season. He gets hurt. But NFL GENEius weigh in on the picks, the pickups the Eagles just did.
So I don't know how y'all let us get away with this shit. I don't know how. They got Michael Carter, Jalen Phillips, and Jair Alexander for a third, a sixth, a seventh. They got back a sixth, a seventh, so really a third.
Mm-hmm.
And John Mechie. Are you guys out of your mind? Michael Carter 2 years ago was paid as the highest slot corner in football. And Jair Alexander 3 years ago was the best corner in football. Now, to take a risk with a 7th and a 6th round draft pick on these players, I'm fine with that. But the Jalen Phillips pickup, you know what people forget? You know who drafted Jalen Phillips? Defensive coordinator Vic Fangio, who, by the way, Jalen Phillips had his best season in 2023 under Vic Fangio. The system is different than what these guys play. You know what? You know where an older cornerback, and Jair's not old, he's 28, but you know where a corner that like has injury histories plays best? In zone defense. The Eagles play a rush 4, drop 7 zone. They play it, and they have linebackers that are great underneath. I look, I'll say this clearly. You adding Michael Carter and Jair Alexander to Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, it's not fair. And then giving Jalen Phillips, the Eagles are going to get Nolan Smith back this week. After the bye, you're going to have Jalen Phillips and Nolan Smith as your edge rushers. That's not – and Jalix Hunt, who's been playing his ass off. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nakobe Dean, Jahad Campbell, Zach Bond. This isn't fair.
We'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. I like the pickups, though, but
I like them all 3 of them.
John Morant getting suspended, man, because he's detrimental to the team. Is it time for Memphis to move around John Morant?
It's been time. It was time last year. I think they're having a hard time coming to the realization that the guy that was once thought of as a face of the league, that's not going to ever be a thing anymore. The guy that people thought was a top 10 player, that's not going to be a thing anymore. I think I would move off. I would have already moved off John Morant. I'm not telling anybody that John Morant's not going to be an all-star or impactful player, but I am saying that I don't think John Morant can be your franchise player. I don't think John Morant can be the best player on a team that wins a title. I don't think John Morant is a leader. I think John Morant this is a time for a good divorce for both. The problem is because Memphis is such a small market, nobody's going to watch the Grizzlies without John Morant. They're kind of stuck with him. They're stuck with him. If they get rid of John Morant, nobody's going to see the Grizzlies play. They're stuck with him.
But that's why I think John's acting out to get out of there.
I think he's trying to make a power move. I don't think he's trying to get out of there, but I think he's trying to flex. And the problem is because they're a small market team, he's in a weird way, they can't move off of him. But I don't know how they get upgrades. The ultimate goal is to win titles, right? Mm-hmm. They're not going to win a title. That's a spoiler alert. They're not close to winning a title. And they've actually gotten worse. They gave up Desmond Bane for Caldwell Pope. That's not an even trade. No. They didn't get better. And I think since he made the All-Star team, Jaren Jackson Jr. vastly overrated. Your power forward can't average 5 rebounds a game. And he's done that for the last 3 years. Your power forward can't rebound like a 2-guard.
I mean, he's always outside shooting, so you know.
Then be a 2-guard.
Gene, how you feel about Ja, his antics getting suspended?
Ja's an asshole. I mean, that's what he always has been. He does stupid things in the media. He's an asshole. They asked him about it in the press conference, and he said, blame the coaches. Ja Morant, get him out of there, man. Get Ja Morant to a different organization. Get him under a hard-nosed coach. You know who would be a great coach for Ja Morant, even though it will never happen because of Ime Udoka. He needs somebody like that that's going to dude, you need to shut the hell up or we're going to send you home forever.
I thought I would go with Udoka and I would go with Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spoelstra's another one.
Oh, Spoelstra would be good. Spoelstra would be good for him.
Well, not just because Spoelstra's a great coach that'll set him straight. When you have Spoelstra, you also have Pat Riley.
Yep. Yep.
I think the Heat trading for him might be the move, though. They have the pieces. They have the pieces to do it.
They've been trying to get rid of Hero forever.
You got to be willing to give up Hero, though. That's to make that trade work.
You give up Hero, you give up a first round draft pick, and Jaime Jaquez, and it gets done.
I do that tonight.
Yep.
For both parties.
Yeah,
that'd be good. But Will,
we've been saying the leadership thing about Memphis forever. We've been talking about that forever. They've never had leadership on that team. And when they got rid of Desmond Bane, that might be addition by subtraction, though. Because look at what Desmond Bane is doing for Orlando right now. So,
but see, if you look at Miami, if they make that move, you got Ja and Davion Mitchell as your starting guards. You got Norman the Floorman and Andrew Wiggins as your forwards with Bam as your center. That team competes.
Yeah.
Especially in the East.
I would do it.
Especially in the East. But speaking of the East, man, Will, is it time for Embiid to take a third role on the Sixers, man? Because Edgecombe and Maxey, I got that team rolling.
Oh, yeah, it's time for him to take a level down. It's time for him to sit down, minutes restriction, come off the bench, something, because that Edgecombe, because Edgecombe and Maxey are killing it right now. I did not see this. I think, Gene, you said it, that this was possible for VJ Edgecombe to come out playing like this. But he's playing well. Maxey's always been, to me, the face of the team. It's not Embiid. Paul George, yeah, you can forget him. It's time for this team to just accept the fact that Embiid's not going to be the player that's going to take them into whatever they want to, the championship contending that they want to be. It's Maxey and Edgecombe. No question.
It also seems like the team is playing more team-based without Embiid being present.
The ball
like
just going to go down
Oubre
to a
out
black
here
hole.
scoring is crazy. Quentin Grimes is scoring.
Yep.
The ball is live because they have all kind of talent on the wing.
Yep.
And they don't need Embiid on the floor. It's funny because the way they play, I think Andre Drummond, who's on the bench, it would be more impactful than Embiid. You don't need Embiid like that. Look, if there ever was a time to move off Joel Embiid and trade him, right now.
But Mo, let me ask you this. Who won him?
Huh? Well, I didn't say he was in high demand. I just said it was
What you gotta do?
I didn't say he was in high demand. But here's the thing. If you're the Sixers, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to have it both ways. They want to hold on to him, use him in a complementary role, which they should. If he can still get you 19 and 20 a night with 7 or 8 rebounds in a lesser role as a compliment, I think that's fine. But the future is on the floor when you've got Edgecombe, you got Maxey, you've got Grimes, Jim Kelly's killing it at the wing. Like, remember, we're not even talking about Jarrett McCain coming back. Like, they have so much talent on the wing, and this league is predicated on shot creation. They've got 4 guys that can get their own shots and get shots for other people.
I have a trade already for Embiid. I do, and it makes sense. Can I
talk to us?
All right, so if I'm the 76ers, I get on the horn with the New York Knicks and the Sacramento Kings. And what I want to do is hey, listen, New York, you have a massive problem in your interior defense. Joel Embiid could be the piece that gets you over the top to winning a title this year with Brunson and Hart, and they play slow tempo ball, and Joel Embiid be a great fit for the New York Knicks. We don't want Karl Anthony Towns. Who we want is Domantas Sabonis. So you send Karl Anthony Towns over to Sacramento, you fit him with Keegan Murray and the guys over there, and then send me Domantas Sabonis. And we'll do that three-way trade, and we'll throw in some first-rounders. You can have Paul George for free. We'll give him away. But that's the trade the 76ers need to call and try to make.
I like that.
I think that trade is a good trade. There's no way the Knicks would ever make that trade.
No.
Because the Knicks, they've seen Embiid. He's lumbering. He would not make their defense better. He can't move in space. He doesn't make their defense
-7. The 76ers are 5-1. They just won a game last night by like 30, and he's -7 plus minus this year. They're better when he's off the court.
I'm just saying the plus minus thing is wild, but I believe the Knicks are looking to make a trade. They're not looking to make that trade. They're not trying to bring that dead weight in. They're not doing that. They might look to go get Sabonis because of Mike Brown's system and how they play. That they actually need that kind of center that's a basketball facilitator. He fits what Mike Brown wants to do better than Towns does.
You know who else is the top in the East this year? Will. Bulls at number 2, 5-1 also, man. How you feel about them Bulls?
That fall about to hit, and it's going to hit hard. This is a bad basketball team that doesn't know they're bad yet. It's good to see that they're doing well. Don't get me wrong, being a Bulls fan, but you got to be realistic in life. And this is just one thing that, look, we're still not very good. And this whole thing is about to come crashing down. It's about to come crashing down. We'll start resolution hits. It's about to come down that we're not a very good basketball team.
Well, I actually disagree with you.
I don't think we're good.
I hate as much as look. We can argue just for the sake of arguing, but if you really watch what the Bulls are doing, let me start with Zach Edey or Getty. This is not Oklahoma City's Zach Getty. This is a completely different basketball player. This dude is attacking the basket, shooting from behind the arc, facilitating. This is not the same team. When you watch what the Bulls do, the ball is live. They have more body movement. Everybody's a potential scoring threat on the floor. I'm not saying they're a threat to win the East or anything like that, but I do think what they're doing is sustainable. I think the Bulls are at least a top 6 team in the East.
But what they're short, but I don't think so.
I'll go under.
Yeah, I don't think they're top 6. I think they're playing. I think they'll come down to earth and be what they are, playing team. Matthias is playing well.
Well, look at the rest of the East. Look at the rest of the East.
Oh, yeah, agree. It's open.
Look at the bottom of the East. Like, you can tell me who the top teams in the East are. Now look at the bottom of the East. Why wouldn't the Bulls be a top 6 team in the East? Who's great? Who's great in the East in the bottom?
Well, nobody's great in the bottom, but the Orlando Magic. I'll give you 6 teams that finish ahead of them. The Orlando Magic, the Miami Heat, the New York Knicks, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Detroit Pistons, and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I don't think the Magic are vastly overrated, and I don't think Miami. Look, I think Chicago has more talent than Miami does, so I don't think Miami's going to finish ahead of them at all. Like if anybody believes that Bam Adebayo is going to shoot 40% for 3 for the season, keep watching. Keep watching.
We do.
Man. But
I don't think I meant Milwaukee in that.
Milwaukee, I don't know. They seem to be a lot of teams in the East there.
I think that I'll take the under 6.
Yeah, I'll take under 2.
I'll take 7 or below.
Yeah.
For a cup of coffee, Mo.
Okay, fair enough.
If they finish 6 or higher, Mo, I'll buy you a pizza.
So who's going to finish 1? Who is y'all number 1 team that's going to finish 1 in the East?
Not the Sixers.
I think it's a toss-up. I don't think there's a dominant team in the East. You can tell me the Knicks are really good. The Cavs are really good. Look, the Sixers already look like the Sixers look better than people project the Magic to be. And even now, if the Magic get whole, I don't think they're better than the Sixers. Not this version of the Sixers, because the Sixers have a winning formula offensively.
Right.
But if you ask me who's going to win the East, you can tell me the favorites. That would be Cleveland and New York, but I don't think either one of them are locks. I think it's a toss-up.
I think who wins the East? Detroit basketball.
You know what? If that happens, that'll be a good thing to me. If that happens, that'll be a good thing.
I think Detroit, Orlando, or your Eastern Conference Finals.
Could be if Orlando can get that right to ship.
Bro, every team that starts off with new stars starts off slow. They got to learn how to play with each other. Paulo is still a superstar. Franz Wagner is still a superstar. Maybe not a superstar, star.
He's a star.
Edmund Bain is still a star. Like Jalen Suggs is still a good basketball player.
Yeah, they just trying to mesh well. They ain't meshing right now. That's all it is.
They're inefficient, and I don't know if that's the coaching, but your 3 leading scorers can't shoot under 30% from behind the arc. You're not going to win.
You're not wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our time, man. I appreciate everybody stopping through to Coffee and Sports this morning. Will, you have any closing remarks for our people?
Yes, please join us tonight for the Sports Report podcast. Gene, if you could catch the replay, because you got to get Seven's reaction and Ando's reaction. You got to get.
He says you can catch a replay. He knows my old ass is not.
I already know he's gonna be asleep.
football in bed, bro.
So if you catch us in Wide Wide Network 10 p.m. Eastern for the Sports Report podcast, we appreciate you.
And the NFL GENEius, any closing remarks for our people?
No, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I appreciate the fire that everybody brings. Let's go. Thank you.
Mo, you got any closing remarks for our people this morning?
I just want to appreciate the chat so much. The chat was really live. We fed off you guys. Thank you guys so much. And as always, make sure you check out all the great content we have at Wire to Wire Network. Wire to Wire Network, we appreciate you.